welcome back, you beauties. In case you didn't know it, it's time to declutter your life. Well, let's start with our spaces first. And Dani Cohen has very bravely jumped on board. She is the queen of organising. She is back and ready to share more of her expert tips on transforming our pantries, often underserved, I think, with some simple yet effective storage solutions. It's a new year after all, so let's embrace it. Perfect timing to declutter what's around us and organise our home. And of course, Rush Tosh is here because she's so unorganised, disorganised. I don't even know what the word is.
Mess.
You are. I would imagine your life is just clutter everywhere. You label things, eh?
My husband likes to label things. I can see them, but I just like them to be the right way up.
Okay, for sure. There's something cool about that. You label things, okay, and that's okay. No, I talk about the pantry as being kind of underserved because often, you know, we're active in other rooms and you'll stay active in managing that space. When it comes to kitchen, pantry, it's amazing how often you will reach to the back of a spice rack and find literally something that's been there for 2.5 years, you know? But there are also lots of little bits, little bits with purposes and interesting. So like, how do you start to classify? Where do you even begin? So what is your approach when we start a project like this, moving into the pantry?
So it's so overwhelming, and especially as a mom, I can only imagine with kids always wanting to get into that pantry and find things and snacks, and you have to hide things on higher shelves.
Exactly.
So the first thing I love to do is take one shelf at a time. Don't take everything out your pantry. Do one section, one shelf at a time. Check the expiries because we all are guilty of keeping things that have expired. It's only normal.
I just hit panic mode thinking about it because I don't think I've ever checked an expiry thing on anything that's in
It's a new year. It's the perfect time to do it now. It's just as the new year has begun. So the expiries are the first step, is to get all those expired items out. Yeah, because 100% we've all got them. And then basically this is where storage comes in. You do not have to go and spend thousands of rands on expensive storage. It's not about that. Storage is there to help you and to create a system.
And often in a garage, for instance, you will find these bits and pieces lying around that you aren't using. So if you just you know, go through a bit of a house audit, if you will, you'll probably find a lot of this stuff.
Yes, 100%. Especially in a garage. Like these, you know, you need bigger compartments, labels, those big storage baskets. Those are the best.
I love that. Urush, when you approach something like this, because there is something very intentional about the way that you do everything, and now that you've kind of cleaned your life, and I would imagine there are a lot less things in the pantry.
No, there are,
You've streamlined. How important is it?
Because we recently just moved at the end of last year. So that was an excellent way to get rid of all the old rubbish.
Amazing.
But what I like to do is, instead of hiding things away from the kids, I make sure that they have access to things so that they can self-serve and be independent, you know.
Very clever.
So they know the rules. So there's certain things they're not allowed, but, you know, it's eye level for them to open up the cupboard and grab a bowl, a plastic plate, go to the drawers and get whatever they need.
I love that because it almost, without them knowing, if they're doing the work, they naturally clean up after themselves or put back or put away. We hope. Naturally,
we hope.
Naturally, I say. But often if you've done all of the work and then you expect them to just step in after a lovely meal to start working, they don't get it. But I love that freedom. Very, very cool. Okay, so where do we begin? Let's maybe start with our detergents and the stuff that we don't like to touch.
And how cute is this? So this is actually perfect for cleaning. And it's so easy because when you are cleaning, you can literally grab and go to the space, grab what you need 100%. And they look really aesthetically pleasing in your cleaning cupboard. So these you can literally get from literally all of your storage shops, anything.
An amazing store out there.
Mambo's, anywhere, wherever you go, you'll find these little cleaning baskets. They're the best.
I'm seeing things that I don't even know what they were originally used for, so I'm dying to know what they're being repurposed. What would you use this for?
So this is known to be a spice stepper. So you pop your spices on there if you don't have your drawer, your spice cupboard. But this is so versatile. So I mean, I've also used this in like playrooms. I've popped the kiddies like paint on it. You can also use this for perfumes if you want to.
I like that.
But this, and then you can also pop like your oils and odds and ends if you know,
a lot of it is visually appealing as well, and kind of feeds into the narrative of the room. So have your beautiful perfume bottles out so you can see them, display them. Very cool. Did you steal this from someone's bicycle? What is it?
I know, it looks... I know, it's like literally, so it's actually a shelf, so you can open it, and it creates another, like another shelf.
Level. Because sometimes you can't see what's at the back of your cupboard.
So this is what this is for.
I thought Carl was using it as a TV dinner thing earlier, but it just didn't seem right.
No, this isn't Carl, so this is like my favorite shelf. And also, if you've got too many cups and mugs, we know we all have that cupboard where we have too many mugs. This comes in handy.
Or you get a ridiculous shelf that's like this big, and you've got all of your spices in, and then this vacuum of space above. I love that.
I love this.
Let's get into the principle of reorganizing, because there potentially is so much clutter. And it's one thing having a great setup. Then you turn around, your husband comes in and reorders everything because he didn't know where this was supposed to go, or vice versa. What is the principle? How do we approach decluttering the pantry specifically?
Okay, so obviously the pantry is probably the hardest, and that's why I do mostly pantries actually, because it is just, everybody struggles with it, and it's exhausting, especially if you're a mom and you're on the go and your kids are come and grab whatever they want. So what I love to do is once you've literally taken everything out and you've checked your expiries, then we go into basically you want to categorize all your items. Put your all your sweets and whatever
all your
together.
Powders,
Exactly. Baking.
All your tins, another section.
Tins, and then pastas, cereals, and that's where these come in. If you do want to decant your items, and then labels. Obviously, labels is
because once you decant, you don't know the expiry date now.
So this is what I love to do. I know this is like my little trick. So once you have decanted your cereal, your pastas, whatever it might be, on every item is obviously an expiry date.
Yes.
So what you do is you cut out that little expiry date.
Oh my word!
And just stick
I'm already
it.
like 30. I'm already 40 years old now. By that time, I'm done with that.
That's when you enlist
make it an activity. Get your kids to get a little plastic scissors, cut it, and then that's how you can also keep up to date with, when you.
But it makes a difference, because if you do this in the long game, you end up protecting the integrity of what's going inside. Then you get more out of your ingredients. I absolutely love that. But Rush, don't worry, because every relationship is broken up into two kinds of people, okay? Those that like covering their kids' school books, and those that will never do it in their adult life, i.e. me, okay? So you then apportion roles according to that. Now, I love the fact that there is something so satisfying about tackling something like this, and it might seem intimidating, but out of all of the challenges in your life, it's probably not the worst.
100%.
It's a success waiting to happen. It's an opportunity to start decluttering your mind as you do something that's so subconscious, something that's just kind of focused on what you're doing right here and now. You'll be amazed at how many other solutions start popping up. You need a Dani in your life.
Yes, I think I'll just hire you.
I'll come to you.
She's got a pocket-sized version of herself. So I'm here for that. These tips and solutions have really shown just how those small changes can make a big difference in the long run, transforming a pantry into a well-organized and very efficient space that, yes, your kids may even be allowed to do their own thing in. Ladies, thank you so much. You're a genius. I love it.
Thank you.
Call your TV dinner trays here, buddy.